If you are 60 with little or nothing saved for retirement, that quiet moment after you check the numbers can hit hard. You stare at the balance, then you look at the calendar, and somewhere in there, the thought hits, how did retirement get this close? That is a heavy feeling. It can feel like the fourth quarter. You are down 20, the other team just stole the ball, and nobody feels great about the scoreboard. But the game is not over. This is when you need something useful, not cheerful nonsense about everything working out if you just stay positive. You need a plan for the next possession. If I were in that spot, I would not try to fix everything at once. That is how people chase hot investments, cut the wrong expenses, claim things too fast, work themselves into the ground, and call it a strategy. That is not a strategy. That is panic holding a calculator. I would go into pressure point mode, calmly, one thing at a time, because when retirement is close and the numbers are uncomfortable, order matters. Here is the simple version. Do not try to fix the whole retirement plan in one swing. Keep money coming in where you reasonably can. Get the big bills under control. Deal with the debt causing the most damage. Build enough breathing room so the next surprise does not knock you backward. And whatever you do not let fear talk you into a miracle move with a lot of paperwork attached. That is the plan. Not flashy, but useful. And useful beats flashy when the bills come knocking. Now, plenty of people reach their late 50s or early 60s with less saved than they hoped. Divorce can do it. Medical bills can do it. Job loss can do it. Helping family can do it too. Plain old life can dent the retirement plan. My top priority would be to get organized. At 35, a major money mistake has more time to recover. At 60, the same mistake can hurt a lot more. So here are the 5 fixes, in the order I would tackle them. Let's start with the first thing I would protect, income. Every extra month of income can give the rest of the plan a little more breathing room. It can help pay down debt, reduce fixed costs, and keep you from tapping the small savings you do have too soon. At 60, income is not just money coming in. It is time, options, and room for the rest of the plan to work. If savings are low, the ability to keep earning, even for a while, may be the strongest lever left. That might mean staying in the current job longer if that is realistic. It might mean shifting to less stressful work. It might mean picking up part-time work. And let's be honest, working longer is not always something you can just pencil in. Health can change, jobs can change, family stuff can show up. And some mornings your body starts negotiating with you before your feet hit the floor. So I do not love plans that say, I'll just work until 70, as if life signed the contract. Working longer can help, but I would treat work as a bridge, not a guarantee. Social Security belongs here too. The simple question is this: what happens to the monthly check if you claim now, and what happens if you wait? Claiming early usually means a smaller monthly check. Waiting can mean a larger one, but not everybody can wait, and not everybody should. Health, work, family, and cash needs all matter. If I were close to retirement with little saved, I would compare the monthly check both ways. What I get if I claim sooner, and what I get if I wait. Now, the next thing I would look at is the monthly bills. Because big fixed bills are like vacuum cleaners plugged into the budget. Leave them running long enough, and they suck the life out of the room. So before I worry too much about tiny cuts, I would look at the bills that show up every month, whether you invited them or not. Small expenses matter, but the big recurring bills usually decide how much breathing room retirement has. Housing, cars, insurance, utilities, phone plans, subscriptions, that is where I would start looking before I worry about the little stuff. A lot of people try to fix retirement by cutting small things first. They cancel a streaming service, buy cheaper cereal, and feel like they have started a revolution. That can help a little. But skipping lattes will not save a retirement being eaten by a house, 2 car payments, and a financed patio set nobody sits on. Housing is usually the biggest one. A home can be a blessing. It can also become a very polite financial trap. Maybe the mortgage is too high. Maybe taxes or insurance have gotten painful. Maybe the house is too big or too expensive to maintain. If I were behind at 60, I would look at housing honestly. A home has to fit the life that is coming, not just the paycheck that used to support it. A smaller place, a lower cost area, a paid-off home, or reducing maintenance can all change the pressure. Cars are part of this too. A car payment near retirement is not automatically a disaster. But two big car payments when savings are low? That's a retirement plan wearing ankle weights. So I would ask one simple question about each big bill. Is this helping me stay stable, or is it stretching the plan too far? Once the big bills are on the table, I would look at the debt. But not all debt gets the same level of alarm. I would start with the debt that is draining the most cash right now. Usually that means high interest, a painful monthly payment, or both. For a lot of people, that puts credit cards near the front of the line. Debt in retirement is past you sending bills to future you, and future you already has plenty of mail. If $500 a month is going to a credit card, that money is already spoken for. It cannot build savings, cover a repair, or give the plan breathing room. So I would keep this simple. Which debt is costing the most? Which payment is hurting the monthly budget the most? Start there. And I would be careful with quick fixes. Rating a retirement account, tapping home equity, or signing up for a new loan can sound clean on paper, but taxes can show up, fees can show up, and the fine print can turn a simple fix into a more expensive problem. So clean up the debt that is draining the plan fastest, then move to the next pressure point. After the debt, I would focus on buying time. And by buying time, I mean this: keep the next normal surprise from becoming new debt. That's because this is not just about working longer and hoping everything holds together. It is giving the plan a small cushion so one broken water heater does not throw the whole thing back on a credit card. After income, fixed expenses, and debt, I would build a small safety buffer. Not a huge one at first, just some cash for the annoying emergencies that always show up without an appointment. I'm talking about car brakes, a tooth problem, a refrigerator that suddenly retires before you do. Without a buffer, those surprises become new debt. That is how people get stuck. They pay down a little debt, life hits, and the debt comes right back like a junk mail offer for a credit card. When you are behind, boring cash is not the enemy. Boring cash is what keeps you steady. Buying time can also mean slowing down the big decisions. A few extra working months can help. So can part-time income. So can delaying a major expense. But I would not build everything on working forever. That bridge needs guardrails. So with this fix, I would ask one simple question. Does this give me more room to recover, or does it just push the problem into next month? And once you have bought yourself a little time, protect it, because fear can make a bad shortcut look like a rescue plan. So this last fix is simple. Slow down around decisions you cannot easily reverse. Here's why. The biggest danger at 60 is not just being behind. It is letting fear push you into one big decision that you cannot easily undo. One bad move at 60 can do more damage than 10 small mistakes at 40. That might be a risky investment you cannot recover from, a Social Security claim made in a panic, a withdrawal that creates a tax bill you did not see coming, or a promise to help family that your future self cannot afford. That is how a difficult situation turns into a permanent one. If I were behind at 60, I would not go looking for the biggest, loudest move. I would ask, what decision could hurt me the most if I get it wrong? Then I would slow down around that decision. Panic says, do something big. Wisdom says, do the first right thing. There is a difference. That means slowing the room down before somebody hands you a pen. No miracle investments, no rushed paperwork, no guaranteed magic, and no decisions made just because a salesperson keeps saying the word safe. So if we boil this whole thing down, here's the list I would remember. Keep income alive. Shrink the big bills. Go after the debt doing the most damage. Buy enough time to stop new emergencies from becoming new debt, and stay away from the traps. That is the pressure point plan. Not pretty, not flashy, but useful. When the situation is difficult, you do not need one miracle move. You need the next right move. If I were 60 with nothing saved, I would protect the income, stop the leaks, and give the numbers a little room to breathe. Low savings is a serious problem, but the answer is not chaos. It is handling the pressure points in the right order. Fix the things that keep the plan alive first, then keep going. And if this helped you think more clearly about what to fix first, please subscribe. I have more practical retirement tips coming for people who want less panic, less magic, and more useful money decisions. Around here, we try to keep the math honest and the advice useful. Not flashy, but useful is how you start getting control back.